Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
We will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican, please, verbis Latinos. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Is that correct?
Oh, for Trump's sake.
I see a list of excuses in chat for why I'm late. I think that's what it is, but none of those actually apply. Good guesses, all of them, but not right. Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. No, it was actually 2 takes, though. That stupid little... I shouldn't say that. YouTube, in addition to fixing the notifications when we go live, if you could just make it so that it saves my preferences for when I say I'd like to go live, it just defaults to what I'd like, what I've used thousands of times, instead of having to manually make me go in and change the settings every single time. That would be great, because I just miss one, and I miss the one that says add extra buttons before I go live, so that when I say go live, it doesn't actually go live. I don't want that option turned on. I want to hit the live button on my stream, and it goes red, I'm up. That's what I want. That's all. Welcome. Kim R., congratulations, your first in chat this afternoon. Everything IP related worldwide is your responsibility, and I'm going to make it official by putting you on the screen in just a minute. There we go. It's official. So, drop to the cake. No, I ate some cake. Mouse ate the cables. No, I haven't thrown away the red one that I cut, though. I still need to do that. It's hard to part with the cables. We've been through so much. All right. Stubbed his toe on Mrs. R.A.'s new butter churn. No. Good guess. Did you think to shut off the auto-translate? I did turn off auto-translate. On this computer. I haven't thought to do it on this one. Hold, please. I'm wondering if it's doing it on my main stream. Settings. Languages. It's already turned off. We'll see. We'll see if it works. This is the first live stream I've started since I changed the settings, and guess what? It didn't work. Because Red Pen typed "Si, señorita," and instead it says "Miss." So apparently we can't control that. It's not a setting that I can. Purple coconut, thank you. Yours worked as well. I think we hit it. But, forgive him, he's new here. See what I have to put up with. Yeah, it's terrible. All right, breaking news down in Florida in the Mario Fernandez case. It looks like they just seated a jury, and they're giving them the instructions right now as to what's going to happen next. That's in the case of the killing of Jared Bridegan. Bridigan. I think that's how it was. Can I use expired prison library card for one of my 2 forms of ID for my Top Mark Media new hire paperwork? I'm a big fan of library cards, but I'd have to say no on the expired part. Those expiration dates are crucial. I missed the start. What was the major update? Major update was change of venue granted. That was the start of. Wait, does this one say major update? Oh, it just says afternoon court watch. This morning, major update in the Kentucky case. The Sheriff Steins accused of shooting and killing the judge in his county in the judge's courtroom, in his courthouse. Change of venue granted is the biggest news out of that one. And it can't be any adjoining county. It has to be at least one. I have to jump over one county before you stop. So you've got a lot of counties in Kentucky, so there's a lot to choose from. But there are your options. All right, we're going to go to Judge Simpson today and probably spend a little time. He's doing some probable cause conferences up there. We're going to pop up there. He's not back quite yet. but we can watch the court because the video's live, so we can see. We've got some peoples there. Just no sound, no judge yet. Let's see. No Clancy hearing this afternoon or tomorrow. Yes, they're off. They're off for a couple days. Won't start again until Monday. I have things in my head, some ideas of what may happen in that case, and I don't want to verbalize them because then people will blame me for it. So I'm just going to hold the ideas to myself. What's going on with Tupac? Regina, we are seating a jury there, and it starts on Monday. It's done. Yeah, it's ready to go. Monday is opening statements. We're going to be there. We'll cover all of it live with you. We're in the media pool, as are about 112, 113 other organizations. So there's a lot of people interested in the Dwayne Davis trial, and it's going to be a good one. 4 to 5 weeks, I think, is what we're looking at. Clancy trial has been brutal. Yeah. Who pushed for the change of venue? Defense. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it was defense. I have to go back and read the document from this morning. I don't have it up anymore, I don't think. Let's see. That's the judge's one. Open recent. What was it? Pending motions. I'll tell you really quickly who pushed for the change of venue. Okay, this is going to be, might have been the Commonwealth. Change of venue is granted. Commonwealth petition for change of venue. Sorry, Commonwealth did. Apparently there were too many Team Steins people in the county. Yeah, I can't. They're dark, intrusive thoughts. That's the reason why I can't share them with people. Ivan, you missed out. I listened to Tupac all last night while I slept. So I basically dreamed Tupac music videos. So now I can throw up West Side with both hands and just I've got it all. I've got it down. Thug Life. Yep. Though I did not wake up with a tattoo on my belly. That's something that sometimes happens. So, all right. Now if they can just find who shot Biggie, I can rest. Wasn't Biggie accused of being involved in the time that Tupac got shot 5 times and didn't die? Wasn't he accused of that? All right, whose face am I covering here? Tino. Sorry, Tino. Apologize. Who's that in the fine suit? Just walked in. Troy's getting some assistance with his Zoom. Troy Turner, that is. Regina Adams gifted 5 memberships. Regina, thank you. That is a very, very generous of you. Congratulations to the recipients. Mama Bear of 1. Joe Beer. Caesar's Palace. Mama Rowe. Stacy Lee and Gracie. I think that's all of you. Got you all. Tony. Did I say Troy? Sorry, Troy. Tony. It's way across the screen. On my big screen is very small from here. Court looks like it's about to get started. We're just waiting for the judge to come in. And, of course, we're waiting for me, which apparently I disappeared. There I am. Troy is Tony. Yes. Charles is giving us the flat on the table, cell phone staring at the ceiling look, which we appreciate. Looks like we have a couple characters in court, one of them on their phone. That's not going to last. Let's see. Anything else? I think if we say for the Tupac trial, we have to stay in MGM. Is there a MGM Grand or something? That's right. That's where the fight was, the Tyson fight where Tupac was shot. Right? Is the MGM gone now? I can't keep up with the hotel changes in Vegas. They tear them down and build them way too fast, and then the ones that really need to be torn down, they just leave forever. MGM is very much there. It's very much there and taking people's money as we speak in exchange for services or entertainment, I'm sure. But it's all good. Do you remember what judge excused Farag from his case we watched? Was it Buckley or the other one? I thought it was Buckley. Thought you weren't allowed in Vegas anymore. Well, I've got a disguise. I'm going to go with a pink flamingo hat and a mustache, and no one will ever notice me. I'll just blend right in with the locals. The Mirage was torn down, but you have to ask, was it ever really there, right? Sorry, that was not funny. But Dwayne has to miss the trial. I don't want to say this because next time I go through Vegas it'll be a problem, but I've never even been pulled over in Nevada. And I say this as someone who traveled there a lot. That was part of my as a regional manager, Vegas was in my market. And I traveled there to visit with customers. I've taken customers to a lot of very expensive restaurants there, which was mostly what my job was. Just grease the wheels of business, Don't even want to know what a guy would have to do in Vegas to be banned from such a town. Win at lottery, win on the slots. That'll get you banned. Or at craps, win at craps, win at blackjack, win too much. That gets you on the blacklist. Barbara, we're in Judge Simpson's courtroom. We're waiting for the judge to come back in. It's 3:02. It's probably going to be another 5 minutes or so. He's usually about 7 minutes late, at least. Counting cards will do it. That'll get you kicked out. I'm not in the counting cards category. I'm more in the I'm not even good enough to count my own cash money area. So they love me there. Latest reports confirm a plea of guilty jeopardizes New York state trial because of New York's double jeopardy statute. Provides very broad protection against protections of charges in the same criminal transaction. So, Jay, this is you're talking about Luigi Maglione up in New York. We're getting word that today or tomorrow he's going to be taking. I think it's tomorrow. He's going to be taking expected to take a plea in the federal charge, the stalking charge. And that guilty plea may jeopardize the murder trial in New York. This is like 4D chess. If he manages to pull this one off, this is getting away with murder, maybe literally. That'll be interesting. That's like an unintended consequence from that law. Wait, is Scott really not allowed back in Vegas, or is this a joke? And what if it's real? What happened? I feel for those of us who don't know, we should be able to. We need the tea. I'm trying to think if I can't think of any trouble I've ever gotten in Nevada. I guess it's possible I unintentionally trespassed on a few mines in Nevada, but a mine really is not private property, so as long as I'm not like stealing ore or, things like that, it's not a problem. No hunting problems. I've never fished in Nevada because they don't have any water. Never even metal detected in Nevada for gold, which they do actually have some placer gold there. But Scott's allowed in. Dwayne is not. He has active warrants. Red Pen comes with the gospel truth about frog. Burning those bodies might be the issue. Nah, that's permitted. I had a permit. Never done fireworks. I'm thinking. I know I've committed crimes there, mostly traffic infractions, lane change without signaling, because that road just goes forever, and sometimes you just have to pass, and you're too lazy to hit the blinker. And you're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like there's anyone around. I definitely sped in Nevada. I'm pretty sure every time I've been in Nevada, I've committed the speeding violation. I've never been one for littering, so I think I'm safe there. They have Lake Tahoe. Yeah. Lake Tahoe looks good on the surface. It's when you get down below the surface where it's cold and they have all the bodies and stuff. That place is creepy. I'm not a big fan of Lake Tahoe. Do a little Googling on that one. It's going to scare you. They're like barrels full of bodies down there. Sort of like Lake Mead, only it's not dried up yet. Let's see. I guess the worst thing we ever did, by we, I'm including my wife in this one. I'm going to throw her under the bus. The worst thing we ever did in Nevada is allowed a hotel in Vegas to assume we were newlyweds when actually we'd been married for several months already, which still makes us newlyweds. Depends on who's doing the math. But to our benefit, we were given the royalty suite, and it was a much different experience from the one we had intended and paid for. So it all stemmed from a misunderstanding as we were showing identification when we were checking in, and my wife had not updated her driver's license to our married name, and I'm not sure if I said we're just married or we just got married or what, but the hotel clerk heard something, reported to the manager. They checked things and like, hey, we've upgraded you. Congratulations. Thanks for choosing us for your honeymoon. And at that point, you don't really be like, no. Can we have that other room, the interior room without a view, please? Can you downgrade? No, I didn't do that. Instead, we're like, we're so excited. Thank you. Okay, honey. Let's, yeah, it was, I allowed them to just on their own. This is it wasn't like we had called them and tried to pull this off ourselves. It was all them. I thought worst was diaper towels. Yes, that was littering. That was diaper towels. That was in Idaho, though. And it was on private property. So, it could have a civil suit. But I'm not. The state wouldn't have anything on me because I threw it past the fence line right as the truck came around the corner. Oh, that was terrible. But it was so bad. Anyone in my position would have done the same thing. And a jury would agree with me. All right. Court is filling up for the judge. Looks like we're going to have a good day up here in Simpson's Court. I'm seeing a lot of lawyers with tennis shoes on, with sneakers. Is that a trend now? Oh, my goodness, that prosecutor looks just like somebody I know. Oh, that's a defense guy. Charlie Wilson is frozen. He's just listening really intently. He caught up. He's doing better. You told a scam caller that you couldn't travel there because you had outstanding warrants. Yes, and that was a lie, and I should feel bad for that. But they told me I had travel credits, and that was a lie. So technically they lied first. I just returned the favor back to them, assuming we were playing a game where we were both talking about things that weren't true. That's how I excuse that one. Name, Mr. Tino? Who is you? I did that with a brown paper bag that someone got car sick in. Oh, my goodness. This was a blowout diaper change with our oldest. And it was... We also threw out the car seat as soon as we could. We bought a new one immediately because it was... Oh, yeah. Anyway, it did not contain. When those diapers say, 8 to 10 pounds, that's all they can hold. Yeah. Red, you waited too long. You had your opportunity. Okay, everyone's leaving, so the judge is probably going to show up right now. That's the way it normally works here in this court. Everyone's animated, excited, ready for their big win in court today. You broke the AI bot scammer. Oh, I love when you can break an AI bot. That is, not that you're like destroying property type thing, but when you're getting them to deviate from their intended talking points. That's good. Okay, hang on. Okay. That was the judge. Just had a quick little talk. He'll be right out. He said, looking for his robe. Doesn't want to get written up like the other judge did. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? I'm behind by a minute and a half or so, so I have to zoom in a second. But my husband and I eloped to Vegas and got to Vegas at 10:30 at night, and at the Little Vegas Wedding Chapel. Been married 20 years. Mama Bear of one. Congratulations, first of all, on winning a membership this month, as well as sharing your marriage eloping story. I'm pretty sure it sounds like an elopement. That's cool. That's cool. Let's see. Yes, commands are not working. I have to think this through. Maybe if we think it through together, this will be beneficial. So I'm going to keep the audio on from Judge's Court, but let me explain something. To my right, which you can't see, it's over this way, I have a little laptop. It's an older one than older than this, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it's 2016, so it's a year older than this, which means it's also an Intel. So I can't use that to run Lumia Stream. That would have been a nice one, a nice option. Won't work. I have a Mac Studio, which is just the box, and the only screen I have for it is over here. It's currently being used. It's showing me. It's going to be used for my feed from Law and Crime for the Tupac trial, and so the audio and video comes from that, and then I'll have the feed from Court TV on that. So I can't put any other audio through there because then I can't have a clean feed from court, which I'll need to record. So I can't use that one. I also have a PC down below me, far to the right, that is running to this window right here, and I think I can show it like right here. I can show you the PC. So I could run it on the PC. That's an option number one, probably the best option. I don't want to run it on this computer because it's the one I take and unplug constantly. It's the one that was giving me trouble with Loves Your Crimes. Thanks for 5 more gifted memberships. You are absolutely incredible. I got your text, by the way. I just haven't responded. Thank you. I think I need to run it on this one. I just said I didn't want to, but I think that's it's the one that monitors the YouTube stream, but I don't have any other audio coming from that. All right, are you an ARC player? I'm not really any game player. Because of my gaming addiction, I play very, very seldom and very limited amounts of computer games. So I've played the game ARC, I've played Rust, I've played DayZ, but mostly my kids use the computer to play like Lego Fortnite or something like that. Let's see. No, Amber, I did not. I don't see any links in mod chat. Was it today? Oh, never mind. I found it. Okay. Got it. Thank you. And did you post that in Facebook as well? That's awesome. Right. Play on Crime says, "Hey, Recovery Addict, just hanging out. Do you know we should more of these court watches with no court. I love story time. It's a win. It is court watch with no court. We're waiting for the judge to come back, and he's not here yet. Give us a minute. He'll be here. Can you swap the laptops so they're doing all the functions of the other? No, unfortunately. The one on the right is running my Stream Deck, and it's on a different network than the one on the left because of what it needs to connect to. And the networks have to be separate. So the one on the right is on the network that's running this, and the one on the left is on the network that's running that. And the two switchers compete with each other when they're on the same network and cause problems. They override functions on each other. So I have to keep them isolated that way. And it took like 3 months to get the one on the right to run the way I wanted it to, and I don't want to change that one. So I think we'll do this one, but I'll get this updated. We'll add Lumia Stream to this computer if I haven't already put it on here. Let's see. Lumia Stream. It's not there. Download for free. We'll do that. Download for Mac. Wait. Stop. Get for Intel Mac. Hold, please. We're going to go back to court. You guys watch this for a minute. I think I might have fixed it or found a solution. If this works, it'll be awesome. I think it's just a website they haven't updated. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Nope, it failed. Site can't be reached. And it'll update on one, but not the other. Maybe I can just download it on one and send it to the other. Yeah? Share. Send to, or airdrop to my iMac. If this fixes the problem, this will be amazing. It's receiving the file. It worked. Okay, now it's telling me, do I want to overwrite the existing one? I'm seriously worried that that I'll lose all my commands if I do that. Let's see if I can download them or export them somehow.
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
Hold, please.
Have them send someone with more experience.
Hello?
Did you hear what I heard? It hasn't updated yet. It is working.
You don't put a diplomatic plate on a hoopty.
I'll take it, but it still hasn't updated. We should celebrate and turn on points, just in honor of Troy. Just sort of do the little baptism by fire scenario as far as trying to manage chat when there's so much commands on the screen. I don't know where the judge is. As we're catching up on the reasons RA is banned from different states or cities, we should remember the time RA ran a red light live on YouTube in North Carolina. You don't have to say that so loud. My daughter just told me chat was turned off. I fixed it. All right. We're holding tight for this. We want this to come through in a big way. I can't believe that's working. Buffer will work again.
You are banished from the state of Georgia.
Thank you. We don't try to be wholesome. We're just very boring people. So that's just who we are. We live very dull lives. We're happy with it that way. We like it that way, but that's just who we are. Points are awarded by participation in chat, by signing up, by saying hi, by super chats get points, membership milestones I think get points, being first in chat gets points, all those fun things. It adds up and it keeps score for you. It's a little slow on the updating, so sometimes you might do a couple things and it doesn't update until like the next live stream or 15 minutes later or something like that. But as you can see, points are accruing. There is an option. I've got the manual backup instructions, and I've got the file downloaded even. I've got the manual. Never mind, Troy. I need what you sent me. I have the update instructions, not the backup instructions. Automatically backs to the core settings of profiles to the cloud. However, to create a manual backup, the custom profiles on Mac, go to settings, manage profiles. In the application, use the copy function. What? Downloaded community audio assets must be backed up manually by copying the contents of your local documents / Lumia folder. Well, I've always just put them on the desktop. That's why my desktop's so full. Brycey, thanks for the kind words. Tony may be listening to music. I think he's listening to Tupac. He's getting ready for the case as well. I think he's from the looks of how he's singing along. I think it's Dear Mama is the song right now that he's jamming to, which is enough to make any gangster's mama have a tear in her eye. Let's see.
Hello.
Some of us never stopped listening to Tupac. There's some good songs in there, but there's also, it's also not for everybody. So, let's see, where do we have? Love that song. Lacey, it was either Dear Mama or it's Hit 'Em Up. Can't quite tell. It's one of the two. Very different songs, though. He's listening to Big Dill. I don't think anyone listens to Big Dill, but the thought is nice. I'm going to take a peek in some of the other courts while we're waiting just to see if there's somebody we want to go visit. In the meantime, in between times, we've got Royal Oak doing traffic. Loves true crimes. You are the most generous person. Oh, my goodness. Thank you a million times over. Your support, it means the world to us. Appreciate it. Thank you. I have Suno playing it all the time. I can see the count of how many people have played it. I'm pretty sure they're mostly mine. But we could do Royal Oak for a couple traffic tickets while we wait for the judge. I'll keep the audio on for the judge as well.
Much. Ms. Burke, you understand what's occurring today is a bench warrant arraignment, yes?
Yes.
Thank
Not
you.
traffic.
So the court's going to recall that bench warrant. And as to the case in chief, the court is entering a not guilty plea on your behalf.
Lucky.
Court-appointed counsel is noted and approved for the future. So, Ms. Burke, you will be receiving a notice to West 12 Mile Road, that will direct you when and how to appear for a pretrial in this matter. And in the meantime, you'll be hearing from new counsel. They'll team up with you so together you can make a plan to act in your best interest. Now, Ms. Burke, the court turns its attention to bond. That is not intended to prejudge or punish you, but required in order to ensure you reappear and pose no threat to the public. Mr. Mitchell, the good news here is that Ms. Burke appears to be a valid Michigan operator as of today's date. Is there any reason why a personal bond is inappropriate?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Burke, these following conditions will apply to your release. You will appear as directed for all your future dates and abide any valid order or judgment entered in this case. You're not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Please don't commit any crimes on release status, but do notify the court in writing of any changes in your contact information. You will maintain a valid license, registration plate, and insurance, and the bond will be $1,000 personal. So you don't need to post any money as a bond today or any other day, provided you obey all those bond conditions and all your court dates. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, sir.
Very good. Anything further, Mr. Mitchell?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You're all set, Ms. Burke.
Okay, thank you.
Keep an eye on that mailbox.
Okay, I sure will.
Next, Mr. Mitchell, is Mr. Alwan.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Hello.
The court as well. Thank you for asking, Mr. Alwan. The court's going to place you into a breakout room with your attorney, Mr. Mitchell, where you can discuss your arraignment and return. When you see the invitation to breakout room number 1, please say join. Thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Most of this judge's daily activities involve teaching people how to use Zoom.
Mrs. Wright?
Yes, thank you.
Tie is nice. It's not Judge Fleischer tie, but okay, can somebody tell me what's up with Judge Fleischer, the YouTube channel? I don't think that's actually him. I think it's somebody who posted a channel for him, because it's a rebroadcast, right? What are we waiting for, Judge? Let's see, flip through the pages.
Hello.
Lizzie, thanks very much for popping in. Hope you're doing okay watching that. I know it's a tough one.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Mr. Wright, welcome. Thank you for coming to court. As you can probably conclude, you're a little bit tardy on these by about 5.5 years. But the normal procedure, because
5.5 years?
Some of these are written, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these are written as misdemeanors. Under normal circumstances, if these were different offenses, you'd be entitled to counsel. But these are concerning rental properties of yours, correct?
Just one rental property, yes, sir.
Okay. So, but this is not your personal residence?
No, it's not my personal residence currently.
Very well. So, Mr. Wright, the first thing the court needs to do is verify your location where you can receive mail regularly. And the court needs to make sure that that's where your mail goes so that you can enjoy your procedural due process. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You had provided a 1201.
We don't need this address. 123 Sesame Street.
Yes, that is. I think the only thing I left off of there was apartment or unit 9.
Okay. And your phone number, please?
8675309 is what he was about to say.
You use email, Mr. Wright?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It is to be deleted at yahoo.com. To be deleted, like to be, the number 2, the B, deleted at yahoo.com. I read it every day. That's not actually mine. It's probably somebody's email, but it's not mine.
And the court calls case numbers C14553, C14569,
There's 2.
C14611.
There's 3.
C14686.
Yep, we got 4 of them.
C14696.
5. You've just been racking these up.
C17803.
6.
C17804.
7.
C17809.
8. How many charges has he got?
And C17817. These are all
9.
City of Royal Oak versus Winston A. Wright. You are Winston A. Wright, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Mr. Wright, today is the date and time
Maybe they'll write him off.
that you chose to come in and surrender yourself on a number of bench warrants in this matter. So,
9
are you
bench
asking
warrants?
that the court recall those bench warrants, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so those bench warrants will be recalled. And now, as to these
Just
cases
ask.
themselves, they all appear to involve the same issue. You're presumed innocent, Mr. Wright, so I don't want you to talk about the property, whether you believe it's up to code, whether it's not, whether it was licensed, whether it's not.
It was the foliage.
You're presumed innocent, but they all appear to concern a property at or near 300 James Circle, and they are all unlicensed rental. And what the court is going to do, Mr. Wright, is enter not guilty pleas. Repeat, not guilty pleas on your behalf across the board. Do you understand so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now the court must move itself over to the issue of your next steps. You will receive a notice to the Woodward Heights address that will direct you when and how to appear for a number of pretrials and pre-formal hearings on the civil infractions. In the meantime, it is entirely up to you whether or not you wish to retain counsel to represent you in this matter.
I'd recommend it.
So
with
that
nine
is your
cases.
choice, your right and your privilege. You can also represent yourself if you wish. But at that pretrial, that is an opportunity for you and your attorney to speak to the city prosecutor about what, if any, resolution there might be in this matter short of a trial. As the court suggested, several of thes are charged as misdemeanors, which entitles you to a trial by jury of the court.
Judge
Now,
Simpson's just coming
Mr.
back.
Winston, the court must turn its attention to the issue of bond in this matter. That's not intended to prejudge or punish you. You are presumed innocent on these misdemeanors, but the court must set a bond to ensure that you reappear sooner than 5.5 years into the future. This court doesn't even know if it's going to be alive in 5.5 years. Okay, so we can't wait that long to get these matters resolved.
Most of us are lucky for tomorrow.
So are you still the owner, the record owner of the property on James Circle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you know whether or not, at present, I don't want you to talk about what was going on in 2018. At present, do you know whether or not that property is licensed?
Yes, sir. It is.
Very good. Okay. Please stand by for just a moment. The court's going to have to mark up a number of these files. Mr. Mitchell will be with you shortly. This was a rental matter, and therefore, according to Mr. Angot, as this gentleman was the landlord, that did not qualify him for your adroit services. Mr. Elwan will be with you shortly. Thank you.
Yep.
One moment, please, gentlemen.
just found a home on Zillow. All right. Do we want to stick around and see? He's just going to get a court date, so nothing's going to happen there. He's not going to be arrested today. I think we go back to Judge Simpson. And Judge Simpson's just taking the bench as we speak. So let's bring that up and give it a listen.
Court calls the case, People versus Christopher Mayberry, recall.
People?
Right?
Hang on.
One file, I got like 8. What? I recalled that he's not here? Come on, Feaster. All right, I'm passing it.
Hang on, something's going on in
This
Vegas.
is it.
With
You
Tupac.
try to do something nice, that's what happens. Oh, no. Speaking of nice, sit down. Okay. Court calls the case, People versus Monet Williams.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Trovia Star on behalf of Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, state your name.
Monet Williams.
Monet. I told you that's how it was.
I'm asking for an adjournment. I was just appointed yesterday. I haven't had a chance to review this case yet.
Granted an adjournment without objection. Adjourn it to September 10th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of People versus Jackson Pichette.
Good afternoon.
Pichette.
Michael Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of.
Okay, we're getting
Your name?
media.
Jackson Pichette.
Say again?
Jackson Pichette.
Your Honor, Mr. Pichette would like to set this matter for exam.
Hold, please, for a second.
Discovery is complete.
Best of my knowledge, Judge.
Do I have their witnesses available?
Hold for a second. I just got an update from. We've got Dwayne Davis, 4:00. This is from Law and Crime from the Pool Media camera contact. Ensure you roll on the media link today at 4 p.m. We'll be bringing up the feed with new video of the defendant. This will be a quick shot. We'll take the cameras down as soon as jury selection begins. As a reminder, please remember to hit play on the link. And note there is a small delay. Okay, so they just rolled on that. We're getting a feed out of Nevada right now, so we should get new video of the defendant in the next few minutes, which will be great because we can get some still images from that and use it for a little teaser a little bit as we're getting prepped for the trial that's going to start with Dwayne Davis on Monday. So let me grab that and have it. Let me pull it on this one as well. Please tell me they're going to pull the law and crime overlay. All right, hang on. Sorry, I'm just figuring stuff out. Let's go back to Judge Simpson. I can do this on my own. I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing.
And this matter will be adjourned to September 10th, 2020, 9 a.m. On continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court calls case People versus Ryan Studeville.
Good Judge, Worship. First Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Hooverville, who's approaching the podium. Please take it for the record.
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Ryan Wesley Studeville.
You should have a green sheet in the file, Your Honor.
First, that's all that's here. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. I believe we're still waiting for the mitigation report to be turned over to the people for their review. Ask for a brief adjournment.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned September 10th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
On continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
9:80 as of right now. Calls.
Court calls the case People versus Michi Thomas. What? What? Hold on. Young man, come up. What is the problem? What is the problem? Come on, spit it out.
I'm expecting it to be my client. The two parties I was expecting. That was my plan discriminating.
Oh, so it
It
caused you to have to do that.
You sure did.
Someone's getting
Your
in
name,
trouble
sir?
Mackay Thomas.
That's right. I told you it was Mackay.
Karate Cat Mom,
I don't know
member
why
for
I said
32
you.
months.
How
Oh,
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Thank you very
Hanging
much.
in.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Judge.
the
We've had a
words.
bunch of PCCs on this case. We're looking to set this matter for exam and either resolve it with the mitigate.
That way I don't need to butcher his name again. Okay. So discovery is complete.
As far as we know, Judge, yes.
No other witnesses available the 25th.
Thank you.
Preliminary examination will be set August 25th, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you. Take care, Mackay. This is a great one. Court calls the case. People versus Andre.
The public defender. Oh, sorry. So good. You're ready to go. Yeah.
Stepping on you.
I did. I'm sorry.
Don't let him do that. Right?
Assistant Public Defender M.
All right.
Hutchin on
Go ahead.
behalf of Mr. Trussell, who is appearing via Zoom. Please state your name for the record, Mr. Trussell.
Andre Trussell.
Thank you, sir. What are we?
We're setting this for exam, please.
Discovery complete.
Best of my knowledge.
People other witnesses available the 25th. I'm not coming in. Preliminary examination will be set August 25th, 2026, 9 a.m. before fresh hour.
Thank you.
Court calls case People versus Tony Turner.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Assistant Public Defender W. Lee on behalf of Mr. Turner, who appears via Zoom, and I am completing a green sheet, Your Honor.
Did what with the green sheet?
I'm completing one, Your Honor.
Oh, so you're playing the act and roll game. All right.
I guess so.
Requesting an adjournment.
Yes, Your Honor. I did just receive an offer from the prosecutor. I'd like to discuss with Mr. Turner.
All right. Probable cause conference will be adjourned to August 27th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Court calls case. Bond continued. Court calls case. People versus.
People. And I can't have Mrs. Williams. Please state your name. Michelle Williams.
Thank you.
Your Honor, requesting to adjourn this matter. We are seeking 14B District Court eligibility court.
Probable cause. Both of these matters will be adjourned to September 10th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
Thank you.
Court calls case versus Charles Wilson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook for the people.
Ashley Hannibal for Charles Wilson, who is appearing by Zoom.
Mr. Williams, Wilson, can you unmute and state your name, please?
Charles Wilson.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we'd like to set this for a preliminary exam.
Discovery is complete.
Best of our knowledge, yes.
People have their witnesses available the 25th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor. And just for the record, there was an offer extended to waive up in exchange not to add a habitual offender notice. Due to the circumstances of this case, that offer will only be open up to 48 hours before the exam.
I like Cook. You got 2 days. Anyway, all right. Thank you for putting that on the record. All right. Did I give you? I did.
Well, you didn't ask
I did.
what time.
Oh, that's right. So preliminary examination will be set August 25th, 2026, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shit, they interrupted me. Court calls the case. People versus Joe Lee Woods.
Sorry, sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay.
Hannah Mackey on behalf of Mr. Woods, who's to my right.
So, thank you.
We're asking for Your Honor, waiting some discovery.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned September 10th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Your Honor, may I, Your Honor, Mr. Woods has to go to a funeral for his grandmother next weekend in Mississippi. I think
Mississippi? Mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. For a judge, thank you.
You would need to go from Thursday to Sunday, I believe.
There going to be any objection from the people? All right. Prepare an order. Preferably a stipulation so you can travel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Those dates include your travel days?
Yes, Your Honor. They'd be leaving on Thursday and then coming back Sunday.
Sunday. All right. We're good.
Thank you.
Prepare an order, get it to the court. Work up. Which one?
The travel.
Travel. Nah. Just they'll get an order to us. Court does call the case. People versus Tony Woods.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
How you doing, sir?
Amy Lucas on behalf of Tony Woods, if you could please.
Yes, Tony Woods.
All right. You're requesting an adjournment?
Yes, Your Honor. He was recently located to a treatment center in Madison Heights, and he's supposed to be there for another 35 days. So we're hoping to hopefully adjourn to that date.
To which date? Don't look at
September 20th.
counsel. You need something 35 days out, right? So whatever date the court's available on that, right?
Yes, please.
You could have just asked me for that. Don't look at, because he would have just confused you. Mr. Woods?
Yes, sir.
What date is your planned discharge?
September 20th.
September 20th. See, that's
Yes,
helpful. Then what I will do is I'll adjourn this one to September 24th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Court calls the case. People versus Jimmy Lee
He says
Carey.
good luck back to the judge.
That it for you?
David Eichholz, appearing on behalf of the defendant. I think there are two files, aren't there, Judge?
I have one.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
Just one.
Yeah, he does have two files, but only one's up today. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not here?
No, Your Honor, I don't expect him to be here.
He also comes here for an exam on Tuesday, Your Honor. He's got positive tests. These are both, this case is the delivery manufacturer. The other one was as well, requesting a high bond.
So in this one, I will leave the warrant outstanding. The warrant that I issued based upon his community corrections request for a bench warrant is no bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, that was what I was notified, Your Honor.
All right. We're good. Thank you. Georgia, custody?
It's Mr. Justin Thomas.
What? He's on Zoom.
He is in Zoom. Did you ask him?
Why is he on Zoom?
What's that one?
It's just best. You didn't call him.
I don't think was he on our sheet?
Yeah. He's
I didn't have a file.
before Mackay, Thomas.
He's before. But I didn't have a.
Oh, there's no file.
Did I grab two files?
Well,
It's his fault.
all I know is not mine. But there is a Justin Thomas file in my file at the hand.
Oh.
In my
That's
hot
where it
little
was.
hands.
So, this is being written on already. Mackay was. So that's
Court calls the case. People versus Tyrese Pitts. Oh, sit down.
I got real quick.
What?
I wrote it up. You crossed me over. Probably don't play good defense in basketball. Go for the face. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Pickles for the people.
David, I right on behalf of the defendant.
All right. What are we doing on this?
Well, Your Honor, there are two files.
Yes.
One of them is relatively simple. The 26FB 1384 FY was set for a preliminary examination. That was adjourned till today because of new charges. We need to set that one for preliminary examination. I have all the discovery. I am staying in that file.
In which one?
1384.
Okay. And I guess I'm a bit confused. But the other case you're not in?
Well, that gets a little complicated, Your Honor. Yes. Originally, when he was arraigned, Wendy Barnwell was appointed. There's people that approached me to represent. So I prepared a substitution and sent it to Ms. Barnwell. But then they informed me that they couldn't come up with the money. Now, as far as I know, that substitution was never filed. So I don't know, actually, I'm counsel of record or not, but not knowing that, I filed a motion to withdraw. And then I found out later that the court never got the substitution.
Okay.
But then, okay, Judge, let me say one more thing, which is going to make things even more complicated. I notified Ms. Barnwell that I was not going to. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't the phone.
Yeah, little mole. All right.
I hope that wasn't Stephanie's phone here.
Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, so what was the last thing you said? Because I got a bit back.
When I called Ms. Barnwell to tell her that I was not taking the case, and that since she had never sent in the substitution that she was still on it, she said she didn't want it.
Okay. Our client says who represents him on
6, it still shows Miss Barnwell.
And my client wants Ms. Barnwell, right, Tyrese? Yeah. What's she have to tell the judge?
That's who you would like to represent you in that case? That's who's on it. Why are they messaging us? No, go ahead. Sorry.
He's in a good mood.
That Miss Barnwell had no plans to appear today based on her signed substitution that she sent to Pickles. She is going to forward that to the MAC office and they will send it to us, but I don't have it yet.
So, but the problem is,
I understand.
I'm not signing that substitution because, yeah, I'm not signing the substitution because of what I'm hearing right now. It would be silly for me to do that and then grant a motion to withdraw and then do that. Although she has indicated that to Mr. Goldstein about not wanting the case, she has been appointed to the case. She is our attorney of record. Can you please let the MAC office know, because I know they're listening, that Ms. Barnwell is the attorney of record and that I will expect her appearance at the next court date that I set. All right. Okay. So I don't know what I was supposed to do because between that and the blinds, I'm lost.
Your Honor, Mr. Goldstein requested that his matter of filing in 1384 be set for exams. Maybe approach to discuss scheduling that along with the other case.
Along with the
1406 matter.
We're watching the
sure. I don't know what we're gonna get, but with that.
We're watching the new footage. We're expecting to see Dwayne right here in Las Vegas. Dwayne Davis as they're getting set for I guess they're going to doing jury selection, but I'll keep an eye on that and let you know when we see something. Judge is in a sidebar, so. Okay, I can't see. Well, I guess I can. I left out on this computer. See, I can't see chat right now, but I can switch. Lots of security for sure. There's going to be a ton of it. Do you know of a way we can get like a QuickTime on an Apple TV? So many times I've wanted to see Judge Simpson's entire outfit. Yeah, he just gives us a teaser with the collars and the sleeves. We need a happy poop noise. Like a little... What is a happy poop noise? I'm sorry. Is it a squee? What's... All right. Whatever happened on lunch break, he's happy about it. So maybe his least favorite lawyer retired over lunch, or his team won, or something like that. All right. Let's see. Camera 2. Nothing's happening. They're just walking around.
All right, record should reflect we've had a bench conference in this case. In case 1384, discovery being complete, I'm going to set that for preliminary examination on September 1st, 2026 at noon before me. Your other matter, Mr. Pitts, that Ms. Barnwell's on, I'm going to set that for PCC. I'm just going to adjourn that for PCC next week, the 20th, okay, at 9. The reason, so that you understand why I'm doing that, is so that once Ms. Barnwell gets here, I can't set that one for exam without her here, but if we get here and she thinks it's in your interest to have an exam, then I will set it for the same time as the other one. You got that?
Okay, we're going to get a look at Dwayne Davis here.
You got it?
In just a minute.
All right. I'm just trying to
hold tight.
Figure out a way to bring it together. That's what council wants. All right? Okay. Thank you, sir.
Other file. We can get it together. This is Jonas.
Did that other file, did you need a signature in that one?
Oh,
Okay. She took care of it.
Hold on. We're just watching. I'm holding for a video of Dwayne Davis, and I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at that. But the security in Las Vegas is tight. We've probably got 6 bailiffs grouped around this door right now. They're taking it easy, just chatting with each other. But let me hold off on that for just a minute. This is going to be the courtroom where the jury selection should be finalized this week, as we expect the openings in this case to happen on Monday. So the jury selection has been continuing here this afternoon. We're getting just a sneak peek of them setting up for that. The cameras will be turned off when jury selection begins. But what's happening in Las Vegas? This is all week long. The Keefe D. Dwayne Davis trial has been in jury selection. So we've just got a bunch of bailiffs standing around. We were just given a heads up from Law and Crime that we have a media pool feed that will be available just briefly starting right now, starting at 4 on the media pool stream feed. A little disappointed it's not a clean feed. I'm not sure if they know that it's not a clean feed, but a clean feed is one that doesn't have any brand logos or anything laid over the top of it, because it's going to be going out to... Imagine if it said Fox in the corner and it went out to ABC and NBC and everything. They wouldn't want Fox in the corner. Well, a lot of these stations also don't want Law and Crime or Court TV on the logo either, and media typically isn't given a feed with that overlay. So... is this a Superman courtroom? Maybe the same courthouse, but maybe you guys could tell us once we get a good picture of that. But let's see. We've got a ponytail. Not a bun, just a ponytail. Las Vegas Metro Police, they're performing the bailiff duties. They're in the courtroom. Also made the news this last week for rescuing a guy off the side of a cliff face. I didn't know they had big cliffs in Las Vegas. I know they have big buildings, but looks like we've got the thumbs up. That lady's name is George. It says so right on her shirt. Hello, George. George and Romeo, they're at the door. And there's our defendant coming out in a suit. That is Dwayne Davis facing a charge. Gets a handshake from the defense attorney. Sits down there at the defense table.
Run record in State versus Davis, C377407. Before we bring in all 36, we probably should talk to Mr. Cobb, juror 2.
Yes.
So we'll do that.
Yeah, Your Honor, just with regards in preparation to talk to Mr. Cobb, I was listening to your questions yesterday, and I don't know if you're saying, has anyone here ever been convicted of a crime?
Accused.
Accused of a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna jump because if they're mentioning juror names, we don't want to be there. That's something we're not allowed to have, and we were told that this would not have that. So we've got to jump. But that gives you just a little peek at where they're at in jury selection. We're excited for that trial to kick off in 2 days. In 2 days we'll be there. So you can see that the LNC has done a great job as far as setting it up. Here's our judge, by the way. That's going to be our judge on this case. And apparently there's a juror issue.
Mr. Cobb, how are you?
Oh, they're talking about it. Okay, so we can't go there, unfortunately. We don't want to hear anything about jury selection. Camera angles and audio are great. Multiple camera angles, great microphones. We can definitely work with it. And, of course, the facts of the case are going to be interesting as well. And I don't know, they might even play some rap music that will get all of us copyright strikes during the middle of trial. It's going to be spicy. It's going to be spicy. We'll go back to Judge Simpson briefly real quick.
You don't really mean that.
I do, yeah.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, I don't. I can tell by your face. You don't mean it. All right.
All right. That was it. All right, the judge says. Kills the feed. We'll turn the audio off for a minute just so you can see that. There's a... I'll monitor this at a later point and let you know what was happening with the audio because this is a juror being questioned specifically about something that came up that was an issue. But, people are coming in, so we need to go, I think. We need to go. All right. Yeah, if the jurors should be taking up a whole bunch of seats. I just don't want to break the rules. We worked really hard to get access here, so... Better play safe than sorry. We'd love to get a little sneak peek a couple days in advance, but we'll hold off on that for now. We do have another case to jump to, though, and this one is courtesy of our good friend Josh. Josh, trying to redeem himself or trying to strike gold once again. Lightning sometimes does strike the same place twice. We're going to see if he did here, as we've got a Spalding County State Court case that just happened, and we're going to...
Well, my office responded back to her because we were unfamiliar with the organization as it was not an approved organization on the list we provided, nor did she receive permission prior to completing the hours at this organization. She responded on May 12th and advised us that it was done at a location called Ally Strong, a nonprofit organization. She provided
Probably
a phone
Ally,
number for them and an
not Ally.
address. And a slight description that it was a mentor for young girls.
What was the name again?
Ally Strong.
Okay.
We attempted to contact the phone number that Ms. Collier provided. When we did that on or about July 7th, the voicemail was full for the number that she provided, so we could not get in touch with anyone. We then researched the organization online, and there was another phone number on the website. So we contacted that number. We spoke to a Miss Janice who was the person responsible for signing off on community service at the Alley Strong. Miss Janice, we told her why we were calling, and we asked if we could send over the log for her to verify the hours, and she provided her email address, which was Janice@AlleyStrong. So an email address that was associated with this organization. When we submitted those hours to Miss Janice, she responded back and said, "Hi, no ma'am, I did not sign nor had a volunteer doing those dates." And we have advised Miss Janice, we have thanked her. I did bring a copy of that email for the court to see if they would like to see that, Judge. I also have a copy of the hours that were submitted by Ms. Collier to my office, and as a copy of the hours that she emailed us. Once we weren't able to verify those hours, then my office on the very next day prepared a revocation order to bring it before the court today.
All right, let's go off record and let Terry mark those, and then they can be moved around.
That's the email. Yes, ma'am. I apologize. Okay, yes, ma'am. And that's the hours.
What? Okay, here, Clint. You'll show these to the two of them.
Show her first, because I'm going to ask questions. Show her first. Thank you.
All right, you ready, Terry? Okay. All right, let's go back on record. So Director Matthews passed down the two items to Terry, which is, I think, the email and the log. They've been marked as states 1 and 2. Our bailiff, Clint, has passed it over to me to review. He's then passed it down to the defendant to review, and Ms. Sexton has them now. Ms. Sexton, you may continue holding those. Ms. Sexton, once you've had a minute to tell me, once you've had a minute to look at those, let me know if y'all are tendering those into the record.
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Collier, the question on the table at this moment is, the state wants me to use those two documents in making my decision on your case.
Okay.
Do you have any objection to me using those documents in making my decision on your case?
Can I say something?
Is it an answer to my question, or is it something different?
It's kind of related
Okay,
to.
why don't you just go ahead and I'll stop you, because I'm looking for an answer to my question.
Oh, well, yes, you can go ahead and use it.
Okay, and what is it? Are you saying go ahead?
You can use it. Yes.
Okay, then states 1 and 2 are tendered without objection. What was your question?
It's fine. It's okay.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, because we dealt with my question, so I was happy to pivot to yours.
No, it's fine.
Okay, well, the record will reflect that we answered my question, I was pivoting to yours, and that you've withdrawn your question. I would have been happy to address it. All right, Ms. Sexton, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
All right, then you may proceed.
Ms. Matthews, I'm going to ask you a question. The first question is going to be your standard operating procedure, and then the second question will be specific to this case. So when someone comes to you and asks to convert, or comes to someone in your staff and asks to convert to community service hours, can you describe to us what your standard operating procedure is?
Yes, ma'am. So typically we have them come in person. Most often, if they can't, we will do it through email, but we prefer to do it in person. We have them come in, they sign an order stating that they're agreeing to convert a portion or all of their community service hours into all of their court fine or partial part into community service. Those hours are now a condition on the case, and they must complete them, so they can't come back at a later part and say, hey, I want to start making payments. They have to complete them in community service. They will sign that order. My staff will sign that order, and then we get the judge's signature on that order. We provide them a community service agreement log that goes through the rules with doing community service, tells them how many hours they've agreed to, how quickly they have to complete those hours, how to dress when they go to community service, how to behave at community service. And there's a stipulation at the very bottom, if you turn in project community service, that it is punishable up to 5 years in prison if the DA's office chooses to take charges on someone. And they sign that and they put that in their file. Then we give them a community service, a log that has my office name on it, their name, their PO's name, how many hours they have, how quickly they have to complete the hours, and the defendants is, they need to take a picture or bring that in as proof of that community service. We then provide a list of approved community service location that the court has actually approved, and we have applications on file at the office with signature sheets for every single approved location that we have on file. Now, if someone wants to complete community service outside of those locations, we advise them they need to get it approved first before beginning those hours in case the organization does not meet the court standards, and then they would have wasted their time. But there's no documentation or communication of where this organization was requested to be approved prior to completing the hours.
All right. And the document that you are referencing, which is your standard operating procedure regarding the Spalding sentence county enforcement, this is the document that you said that's Exhibit 2.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the community service log where the hours are recorded by the organization that someone goes to.
So you would have handed a blank, or you would have emailed or handed to the defendant a blank form that they would then be responsible for taking, and that they would be filling it out.
That's correct.
Okay. And at no time in your records, pivoting to this specific case, in this specific case, do your records indicate that you followed your standard operating procedure that you normally follow?
Yes.
All right. And this particular form that was submitted to you, my question is, were you alerted to this form because of the difference in the fact that this particular service was not listed on your approved? Or was it because I'm looking at a copy, so this may not be true? This all looks to be filled out at the same time, like with the same pen, with like the same notations. This looks very different to me than something that's filled out on individual dates.
Yeah, those red flags were there. But again, because it was an organization we were completely unfamiliar with and had no signature sheet on file, we did not make any assumptions, and we just attempted to verify the hours through standard protocol. Most often when we get a phone number from a defendant, it often does not work, and then we have to go locate the organization on file with the documentation of the IRS and then get a valid phone number and then contact them. So it's a lot of work, and that's why we prefer for people to let us approve it first. It's much simpler, and again, some organizations don't meet the criteria of this board.
And based on Exhibit 1, which is the email, you were communicating with a Janice Coldquit, is that correct?
Yes.
And that would have been the person who had been pivotal in deciding whether or not this form had been filled out, since that's her name on the form.
Correct. I would agree with you. That appears to be the name that is attempted to be signed on that sheet. So I feel like she would definitely be the person to state whether that's her signature or not. And in the email, she clearly states she did not sign it.
So there's no indication that she in any way, shape, or form delegated to anybody else to sign this, since this is her signature on the form.
No, that's correct. And sometimes organizations do that, and they advise us of that, but they're still able to verify.
She said doo-doo.
I don't think I have any other questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Collier, you have the right at this point to ask questions of Director Matthews if you wish. You can use those documents that the court reporter has. This is not the opportunity to make a statement. We will talk about that in just a moment. So I just want you to remember that this is not the moment to make a statement. This is the moment to ask a question of the witness. If you think that you can ask any questions that would be helpful to your defense. Do you have any questions for me as to what the next phase, or this next little phase, looks like for you and what your responsibilities are?
That was my question. What was going to be like the next?
You're very quiet. If you get loud and lean in and pull it close, I'll hear you better.
That was my question. Like, what was the next steps? And that was it, because I had like statements. I didn't have like a.
Sure. So do you, after thinking about that and now understanding it, do you have any questions you want to ask Director Matthews, or do you have any questions you want me to answer before you decide what you want to do?
No.
Okay. All right. So no questions were asked of Director Matthews. think I asked a question or two. Ms. Sexton, anything else that you want to ask?
I don't believe so.
Director Matthews, anything else?
No, Judge.
Okay. Do y'all have any other witnesses to call?
No, sir.
No, okay. All right, so, all right, so Ms. Collier, where we're at now in the phase is that the state's presented their case. And in presenting their case, they've rested, they're done. And so it's your turn. And I want to be very clear and make certain you very clearly understand this because it's so important. You have no obligations at this point to testify or to make any statements or to do anything.
Okay.
And I will not hold that against you if you don't. You have an absolute right to remain silent. And if you choose to remain silent, I will not hold that against you. If you choose to testify, what that means is that I'll actually just leave you right where you are because then I don't have to move Director Matthews. Or to do anything. And I'll let you testify from that seat. You have an absolute right to remain silent.
Is this a better
view? If you choose to
view?
remain silent, I will not hold
It's a
that
little
against
blurry,
you.
but
If you choose to testify, what that means is that I'll actually just leave you right where you are because then I don't have to move Director Matthews. And I'll let you testify from that seat right there under oath. And then when you're finished testifying, Ms. Sexton over there will have the right to ask you questions. And as long as those are proper questions, you will have to answer those questions. And so you can choose to testify or you can remain silent. Do you have any questions for me about this phase that I can answer or clarify for you as to what we're doing?
No.
Okay. Do you want to testify or do you want to remain silent?
Testify.
Okay. So I've already placed her. Under oath, right?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I thought I was missing something. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that all testimony you've given so far and all testimony you will give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can take your hand down. You're sworn.
love
Has
those.
everything you've said so far to me been true and correct?
I love the retroactive oath.
So Ms. Terry here is our court reporter, and I've noticed her leaning forward a couple times because when you pull away from that mic, you're very soft-spoken and very difficult to hear. And Terry has, okay. So just make certain that you stay with that mic, you stay close, you stay nice and loud and slow because you want me to hear what you're saying, and I want to hear what you're saying, and tell me what you want me to know. And then when you're finished, Ms. Sexton will ask you some questions.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So here's our defendant right
But
here.
at the
And
time,
here's the judge
when
over here.
when I did the community service, I had lost my paper because I was homeless and I had got my car repoed. So I lost the actual paper with the probation stuff on there. So I had called my mom and I asked her, I said, Mom, can you help me find someone to do probation? Because I have to complete this. I had just started my job as well. So she said, let me reach out. And her ex-husband, he dates Miss Janice. And she said, I know they have like a nonprofit. You know, they could probably help you do community service. I forgot I had to email and get approved. I was just trying to get it completed because I know I had to get it completed. So when he reached out to me, he asked me did I have a vehicle, and I told him no. I said I don't have a car or anything. I'm living, place to place with my son. So he said, okay, well I'll come get you on days that you're off, so you come complete this community service. So I had this. The way he explained it to me, like they were in partnership. I didn't know he didn't have nothing to do with it. If I would have known that, then I would have took a different route or tried to figure something else out. The way he explained it to me is he was in a partnership with Miss Janice. So when I would go do stuff with him, and I never seen Miss Janice, he would always just take me to go do things with him. So when it was time for me to turn my paperwork in, it was automatically a red flag when he kept saying, have them call me instead of having them call Miss Janice. So when I explained it to my mom said, well, since he was the one signing your paper, that's probably why he want them to call him. I don't know because I never went through probation or nothing dealing with court. So I said, okay, so I have messages and everything to prove, but he's telling me to tell my probation officer to call him. I'm not thinking it's nothing fraudulent. So when I got the paper in the mail and I reached out to him and I told him, what is going on? Because I did stuff with you thinking it was community service and she was not aware of it at all because I don't know her. Because, he's my mom's ex-husband. I don't get into his new relationship. So my mom gave me her number and I reached out to her. She told me she was never aware of me doing our community service. She did not approve of him forging her signature. So when I explained to her what happened, I got no response. So I called my mom and I told my mom. My mom said, okay, well, I'm going to call him because we're going to have to figure something out. I never got nothing, no return back from nobody, and I haven't spoken to nobody since.
Let me see if I can repeat that back to you so far. Let's make certain that I got it. And Margaret, will you hand me the 2 exhibits from Terry? All right. So what you're telling me, and I want you to correct me if I summarize this back to you incorrectly. Okay. Oh, you just want to move the podium?
Yes. Oh, okay.
That's okay. This will you're great. Again, we want to make certain you're happy. So okay. So Ms. Collier, what I've just heard from you is that you converted your fine into community service work.
Yes.
And I will say on my end, I confirm that because I see my order that I signed converting your hours back in, I believe, March. Back on March 5th, I signed that order. You then, your mom's ex-husband
yes.
dates this Janice person
yes.
who runs the Ally Strong organization.
Yes.
Okay. And so you reached out to your mom's ex-husband.
Yes.
And he coordinated for you to do these hours.
Yes.
And when you did these hours, you did so with him as your supervisor?
Yes.
But you've never met Janice.
No, I never met her in person. He basically told me like, oh, this is our nonprofit together, and me not knowing anything, I should have just asked, could I talk to her?
Okay. And then the number. So you got this sheet here that I'm holding up, which is States Exhibit 2, which is your community service work chart, and you're saying this was given to you by your mom's ex-husband.
Yes.
Okay. And the number you gave sentence enforcement, you testified was your mom's ex-husband's phone number.
Yes.
And what's his name?
Kippy Dale.
Kippy Dale? Can you spell that for me?
Kippie Dale. DALE.
All right. So Mr. Dale. So Mr. Dale gave this to you, said to give sentence enforcement his number, and then and you never met Janice.
No, never.
Did I miss anything in that statement back to you of what you wanted me to get, that you wanted me to add to that narrative?
I didn't sign it personally. He signed it. I don't know how to spell her name. I didn't know none of the information. He was signing my paper. I never signed my paper. I don't even know how to spell her name to sign the paper.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Anything else before Ms. Sexton asks you questions?
No.
All right. Ms. Sexton, do you need these to ask questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
What is your understanding of what the nonprofit Ally Strong is about?
He said it was helping young girls. Like, it was different events. We would give out like little care packages, or like we would go to like the parks, and just do little stuff with like young girls. It was just different things at different times.
It sounds terrible.
That's what I thought I was doing, but I didn't know, like, I wasn't. She didn't even know I was there.
So explain to me.
You would just give care packages to girls at the park?
I'm just going to, I don't need a
have some
specific date,
makeup?
but you have You have 16 entries on this. Can you explain to me, it might not be all 16 times, but a majority of the time, can you tell me what it was that you were doing, that you were spending 3 hours doing?
We were sitting there, we were listening to young girls about their problems. We were doing like little brainstorming events where, like, we'll say like, what's something you want to do when you get older, or we'll just be there just in case like somebody's having problems at home. We would just sit there and talk to the young girls, or we would, go to parks and just do like little fun stuff, like maybe have like little races, or like just do like different things at parks, like just like a lot of outside door activities.
Challenged young
Or it'll
girls
be
to a foot
sometimes,
race?
you know, like we'll have like little events where we'll give care packages and just give out information about like different things like counseling and stuff like that.
And were these, did this have, I'm gonna call it a logo? Was this directing people to Ally Strong? Numbers, emails, addresses?
Well, I just think like she just had like it'll be like different things like with her daughter on them, and like sometimes when I went it was different things. Other times he'll just take me places and be like, oh, okay, well, this is what you're gonna do today. You just stand here and then just pass this out. Now sometimes it wasn't like I didn't see no logos or nothing. He'll just take me somewhere and be like, okay, we're gonna do this at this part today. And I didn't see, you know, nothing with Ally Strong on it. So I didn't even think nothing of it because I'm thinking, okay, this is my mom ex-husband. I didn't been around him for this many years. He's not gonna, you know, do nothing crazy. I'm not thinking. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna do what he say because I need to complete my community service hours. I'm not thinking it's nothing fraudulent.
At any point in time, did you communicate with sentence enforcement that there was something that wasn't direct with Ally Strong? That you were aware that there wasn't something direct? Did you ever communicate with them?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't know. This is my first time. I didn't know.
So when you turned in this piece of paper to Spalding Community Service, did you turn it in person or did you email it?
I emailed it.
Okay. On your email, did you say like, I'm not 100% sure about this? Or did you give them any heads up about the fact that Miss Colquette was not the signature on this?
No, because at the time I didn't even realize he was signing her name until after the fact. When I showed it to my mom said, well, why would he sign her name? If they in partnership, he should just sign his name. But it was already sent. I didn't pay no attention to it.
Can you, you're telling me that you're in, 1 second.
Have some water. Deer Park makes
You're
a good
telling
one.
me that you're in parks or in gatherings. Where would this take place?
That
What
completely
park?
changed your voice.
Where would you be sitting down talking to
That's
these
some
people?
magic juice.
It was a lot of different parts. I would have to look at my stuff. I would get in a car with him. I didn't have a car. I was living with different people, so he would just come pick me up. And I had witnesses to say he would come and pick me up. I should have brought them, but he would come and get me at these times and just take me to different places.
I think I'm resting, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Collier, is there anything else you want me to know before we wrap up this phase of the hearing?
I just wanted to be known, like, I'm just not like this right here is just not something I would do. If I would known I was being taken advantage of, I would have just either communicated and said that, okay, well, I lost my paper. Is there any way I could get another way of community service, or I was doing community service for somebody and it doesn't feel right. But in the moment of time, I was just trying to hurry up and get it done because I just started a job and I was already going house to house for my kids. So I was just trying to get everything taken care of. And I got taken advantage of by somebody I trusted.
Now she's the victim.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
I smell what you're stepping in, and it stinks because
In-
it doesn't
anything
sound true.
Else?
No.
Ms. Sexton, any other questions for her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any other witnesses to call? Do you have any of these folks here that you want to call to testify?
No, nobody's here with me.
All right.
Big sigh from the
any
judge.
rebuttal, Ms. Sexton?
The only thing the state is sympathetic to the situation. However, if she was handed a piece of paper that was all filled out on one day at one period of time, which looks to me like that happened, signed by somebody who didn't have the signature, My only question would be, if I were emailing that, I probably would have told sentence enforcement, hey, I'm sending this to you. Heads up, this might be a little bit of a unique situation. Let me call and explain it to you. And then we wouldn't be sitting here today, because sentence enforcement tends to be very pro probationer. And that would be my only concern. I think I understand what happened, but I think if it, in an ideal situation, she should have given sentence enforcement a heads up about that signature page. Because she was in possession of it and emailed it.
Okay.
We just went to
Collier,
parks
any
and gave
last
care packages to young girls.
thoughts you want to give me as I'm making, so that was what's called a closing argument. Sorry. I was thinking heavily about where we're at now is that we're in closing arguments. That was a closing argument for Ms. Sexton. She has the right to go first and last. If you want to take a deep breath, grab a tissue, and if you want to make a final statement summarizing why I should not revoke, what is it? What do I have left?
141.
Why I shouldn't revoke 141 days. This is your chance. You don't have to make a closing statement.
Young girls
You
in
have the
parks need me,
opportunity,
Your Honor.
and if you want to, you can.
It's my child, like, I'm the only one that does anything for him, anything. I'm the only person he got. Like, and I just wanted to get it completed. I wasn't trying to turn it into fraudulent because it's not me. I've never been to jail. I don't have no record. Like, and for somebody I trust to put me through something like this, and he knew I was in need. Like, I explained to him my living situation. I just don't think he's right, but and I'm just now getting on my feet, so I'll be able to do what I'm supposed to do it the right way, and just go through somebody else, like somebody that's legit, somebody that's approved.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
But you turned in a fraudulent document.
Do you have anything else you want to tell me as I get ready to make my final decision on this?
And I apologize if it looked like I'm just turning anything fraudulent, because I'm not. It's not me. I'm not that type of person.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all.
Okay. Ms. Sexton, you have the right to final close. You want to add anything else?
I'm good. I do have one question.
Sure.
Is there water somewhere?
Yeah. Hey, Margaret, Terry's got an open bottle there. I thought you had a bottle there. Ms.
Open
Sexton.
container. Open container in the courtroom. Oh, unopened.
So, Clint, will you grab an extra water bottle for Terry? So.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I thought you had one. I thought it was hidden behind the podium there. So the bailiffs will grab you one. Okay. Any other housekeeping from the state before I give my decision? Anything else, Ms. Sexton?
I'm just sort of flabbergasted because no, there's nothing.
Okay.
My guest is
Ms. Collier,
flabbergasted.
anything else before I make my decision?
No.
Okay. So most of the people in this courtroom have been watching me on the bench now for close to a decade. And they know that
I don't like being lied
very,
to.
very few times do I raise my voice and yell and bang my fist on the table.
Is this one of those times?
But the situation that can create that the quickest is this situation. Because I ask a lot of my sentence enforcement team. I ask them to get deep into the weeds of our probationers' lives and to try to help them course correct. Because our goal as the state court is to leave them, or to have them leave us, in a better direction than when they came in. But to do that, it's like any other relationship. There has to be trust in the relationship. And so this ruling is going to be a little different in that I'm not going to be banging my fists on the table, but I will tell you I am upset. I'm upset because
that's good, Judge.
I recognize that you're saying that you were in a vulnerable position and someone took advantage of you. I recognize that. And I want you to hear me say, I recognize that. I recognize what you're saying, that you were homeless, you're a single mom, you have these options. But I have to point out to you, and this is the pivot where we're going to diverge. Had you come to the sentence enforcement team and had you said to them, it's a 30 by 30 on a traffic violation. I wanted to pay it within those 30 days and close it without probation, and I couldn't. I'm a single mom. I'm homeless. I have so few options. What can you do to help me? They would have burned the world down to make it work for you. They would have turned the world upside down to make it work for you. But you didn't do that. You didn't do that. What you did instead, and I've written it down every time you said it in this courtroom today under oath during the testimony, I wrote it down because this is the issue to me of this whole thing, which is you've said repeatedly, I did not pay attention. I did not understand. This is my first time. I wasn't sure, and I didn't know. So instead of asking for information and asking for help and giving us the chance to help make your life a little better, you chose your pathway. And you chose, instead of choosing, and our list of approved community service work providers is humongous. Humongous. It's several pages. And at the top of it, it literally says as line 1, any governmental unit that allows community service work, which is in and of itself a humongous list. So your ability to choose people that you could have chosen without any questions asked to do your community service work was enormous. And instead you chose to go to your mom's ex-husband's partner on a place that is not approved. And then not only you did that, but you were going to your family. There's a reason we don't let family supervise family. My nephew had a case in here in this court yesterday. There's a rule that says I have to recuse from that case. That recusal was there to protect him from me. It was not there to protect me from him. And we're not allowed to deal with each other's families' cases. And the idea that you went to your mom's ex-husband is just baffling to me, that you thought that was the right decision. And I'm trying to be very empathetic, but I'm trying to also point out to you, because you're going to have a long life after I'm gone. And I want you to remember this, not as a tongue lashing, but as a moment where you pause next time and go, hey, is this really the best decision I can make for myself and my family at this moment? And I feel like red flags should have just gone off when you went to your mom's ex-husband to ask him to take care of your hours. And you never met the owner, which should have been a red flag. You went to random places. And I'll go ahead and tell you, as soon as I saw this sentence enforcement, which is State's Exhibit 2, it is 100% clear to me that it was filled out in one pass with one pen with the same handwriting, which is a huge red flag. And it all says you went to 108 Oscar Circle in Stockbridge, Georgia, which you're telling me you didn't go. And so you didn't let them know there was an issue. And so here's the problem. When I took this job almost 10 years ago, Sid Esri, who was the judge before me, said to me, I said, you're being too hard on community service work. You should broaden it up. And I'm going to do that. And he said, that's a mistake. He goes, I got so frustrated with this hearing, that everybody with my community service work went on the side of the road under the supervision of one officer on Saturday and on Sunday for 8 hours, picking up trash on the side of the road. And I had one officer signing off on everybody's community service work. And if they couldn't go pick up trash on Saturday and Sunday, they didn't get to do community service work and they had to pay up. And I said to him that he was being silly and he was being over controlling. And now that we've been doing this for 10 years, the more I do this, the more I realize that Judge Esri had a point. because you have taken a very simple situation and through a series of decisions that you made that I want you to make differently next time, you've made this very complicated. So the end of the story, the buck stops with you. You are responsible for your decisions. You are responsible for what you turn in. You are responsible for yourself. No one is responsible for you. And so because of that, you turned in false hours to sentence enforcement. You had an obligation to go, whose signature is that? And reach out to that person and go, is that your signature, before you turned it in? And you didn't. And that is a felony. That felony is called false statements. And that false statements felony carries a range of punishment up to 5 years in the state prison system. So what that means to me is that you committed a felony, and I'm going to respond as such because you are responsible for what you turn in. So the deputies are coming over, stick your hands out. They're going to put handcuffs on you. If I don't respond in this way, I will have chaos in this court. And you will see that I have not banged my fist or raised my voice. This is a very sad moment that breaks my heart. But I do not feel like, as the judge of this court, I can respond in any other way other than to say, I am revoking the balance. And anyone who turns in any paperwork with this court better be 100% certain it is absolutely, positively, unequivocally accurate, because they are responsible for it. You may take her away. You have 30 days, ma'am, if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months if you wish to use your habeas rights. I'm so sad about this moment, but this was utterly preventable. Margaret, she's got the petition over there.
Yep.
Everybody, let's take a break.
Margaret. I need her to
We're off
sign.
record.
Need her to sign. She gone. She gone. All right. The judge teaching a lesson that there's a difficult one for people to understand. Oftentimes they want treatment that is different, that's favorable for them because their situation is different. And the judge says, you guys don't understand. If I do this for you, the impact that will have on the rest of my cases is massive. It's huge. Getting a little more video out of Vegas right now with the Dwayne Davis trial going on right here. He, with his attorneys, a little bit of support and backdrop there. Empty in the courtroom. We expect it to be full once the trial begins on Monday, but they're just finishing up jury selection tonight. The judge is getting ready to finalize that, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Can't wait to go there. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see. The cover-up is worse than the crime. The cover-up's what she went in for. If she had just come in and said, I violated bond, I didn't do my community service, I didn't get my hours done, the judge may have been...
Mr. Stamp, what's your position?
Hang on.
I don't think we can use it during openings, but if it comes up in evidence, I think.
I think we were waiting for a foundation to be laid for it, but I.
Little motions argument here with the Dwayne Davis trial, really quickly.
I understand. I'm trying to. I believe that if you say self-professed shot caller, but to actually say that that was the actual thing that he was doing, I think you'd have to lay a foundation for it. But you can indicate that he called himself in the book in the opening.
I'm a baller, shot caller, 28,
Anything else?
20-inch rims on the Impala, right?
Mr. Stamp.
I do have one final matter, Your Honor. If I could have just approach on this one.
Okay.
All right, we're getting so close. We're getting so close to the Dwayne Davis trial. I can taste it. It's so close I can taste it. It's going to be good. This takes me back to the days that that I understood what was going on in the music industry. I'm not going to sing it, but what song was that? I'm a baller, shot collar, 20-inch rims on the Impala. I can't sing the next verse. Something about going to Hawaii and getting flowers placed on their neck. I think that's what it's about. Is it going to be live streamed? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're going to have every bit of it for you. And a big shout out to Law and Crime Court TV, who is the pool photographer on this one and has set up just an amazing camera system and mic system in this courtroom to capture every bit of this. We're going to bring you this trial. That's the one we've been holding off for, not going to anything else, because it's going to be beginning here shortly. And Monday are opening statements. The jury, I believe, may be seated already. They might have a tiny bit of work left to finalize the jury. But it's good. RA's short rap career started and just ended. Yeah, it's pretty much over before it began. I think it ended first and then it started, but it was definitely over first. There are Tupac documentaries all over YouTube, and they're going nuts. They really are. Good stuff. Let's see. I think they are seated. I think they were as well. But just, we've got some good personalities, some big notable people. You're going to hear some big names in this trial. You're going to see some old cars and crime scenes from 30 years ago are going to be here. This is an old case. Can you believe that? Tupac was shot in 1996. It was a year after I graduated from high school, which makes me old, as Mrs. R.A. told me this morning. But when do we change our screen names to our rapper versions? You can get ahead of the game. You might want to wait till you sort of get the vibe for how court's going, if you want to do that, because sometimes it's hard to change back. But look at this. Look at the camera angles. This is really, I've got to give credit where credit is due. This is not a small production for this trial. We've got a lot of camera angles, great mics, great lighting, and L&C did it right. Although I do hope we get a clean feed instead of a branded one we're getting right now. But not a single one mentions Tupac being in the witness protection program. Protection as a hologram. We're not going to get into those. Look at all these angles. Isn't it great? I have my vibe. Snoop Wogg, what up? What? Snoop would be, that's time period. What other rappers do we have in that time period? You've got Snoop, you've got Biggie, you've got who's East Coast? Because Tupac was West Coast. He's like Compton, Inglewood. No, that's Snoop. That might have been Tupac. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get brushed up on all of our Dr. Dre. Yes, y'all been saying Dr. Dre fell off.
We're pretty much done for the day. One issue, we do have some audience members attempting to communicate with jurors. You are not allowed to talk to them, wave to them, say anything to jurors, or you will be removed, and there could be further penalties. So please do not contact the jurors in any way. Thank you. Or do not talk to the jurors in any way while they're in the courtroom. Thank you. We'll be in recess.
Or when they're out of the courtroom.
On Monday.
There it is, 9:30 on Monday. So Mr. Davis goes back in custody. His lawyers right there standing around. We've got cameraman and flannel. I believe we have cameraman right there. That's, I believe, what we're looking at. Maybe not. Maybe audio. Finishing touches. Okay. Dear Mama. It's a good song. LL Cool J, Fan for Life. This was after MC Hammer. Let's see. What time zone is this? This is Mountain. It's in Las Vegas. You could be RR Cool Pen. That is so good. MC Hammer was my guy. You need the parachute pants for that. It's Notorious. You got, like, what, NWA, right? Some of these things, you can't even say the names. It's just not okay. Thurston contested hearings. I think we're going to wrap it up today. It's 5 o'clock. We've got the podcast tonight, which I need to create the thumbnail for. Give me just 1 second. Run DMC. Vegas is Pacific time? No way. It's like straight south down I-15. Well, I guess it is. It's over a little bit. Vegas is Pacific. It's going to be a late one. It's going to be a late one for us. It's going to be fun. If you were really into rap, I wasn't. I was in the Teens Against Gangs of Graffiti, which was basically anti-rap, but we listened to it because we had to. There we go. He is in custody. Yes. Wish I was taller. Wish I was a baller. Wish I had a girlfriend. Then I would call her. TLC. Yeah. Clever name. That's funny. We need a mod in Pacific time zone. Well, we happen to have one. That's you, Troy. We're dependent on you. You're in Pacific, right? Yeah, Tupac was rap, and he changed. I think he had a profound influence on rap. I'm not saying he's a good role model. I'm not condoning him, but he had a very genuine personality. He was the underdog who made it big, and he had a little bit of an attitude that came across in a likable way when he was like doing interviews and stuff. And I mean, he's smart. He was like a happy rapper. A lot of the rappers are like trying to look serious and all throw their gang signs and look how cool I am. And he was just like loving life. And loving where he was at, and so yeah, he made a lot of friends and a few enemies, as we know, because he got shot 5 times and then he got shot another time, and that second time worked. All right, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. It's 5 o'clock, so we're gonna hit the dinner bell and head out. If I can find the dinner bell sound. There we go. I don't have a bell sound, actually. Tried to make a difference. A lot of people say they like what he stood for. I think that's a bullwhip, that crack. Thank you very much, Michael Vi. Set the sunshine. Appreciate it. That was quick. Sorry. It just barely popped up and then it was gone. Podcast tonight at 8 p.m. I'm building it as we speak. StreamYard. There we go. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again Friday. Well, tonight is a podcast, and then we'll be live Friday morning for one last day of. We might check in on like opening statements for the Mario Fernandez trial. We might just weigh in on those just to see how things are looking. We're not going to follow that trial because it overlaps with Keefe, and we are going to follow Shanna Gardner, which takes place afterwards. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how things shape out. But tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile, someone to make their day just a little bit better. Please stay safe. We'll live again tonight at the podcast. Please be there for that. We have some fun stories, and one of them could win you $10,000. Plus another $10,000 for the charity of your choice. We'll talk about that. See you guys tonight, 8 p.m. right here. Have a good one. Bye-bye.